Oh, it's making you click twice now.
Howdy, folks.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Good
We
day.
are live. We are
We're
live.
live. We're live, people. Backer bingo tonight. We're gonna have some hopefully lucky winners this evening, and Mr. MC Marinelli looking very 1980s in those shades, dude.
Oh. You know, I try to look my Sunday finest for all these bingos.
He's green screening for us. Is that your lovely moon from Starfetched there in the background?
Oh, you noticed? Yes, you guys should all. You could see this moon if you download Starfetched on Apple Arcade. Remove it, delete it, and then re-download it, so I can make a few bucks.
Seriously, but I can't help but notice you look like an album cover for like a new retro wave album.
Oh man, I wish.
I don't know if you listen to that stuff.
I listen to it nonstop. It's all I listen to.
Oh, who's your favorite?
I Dance with the Dead is one of them that I like.
Dance with the Dead.
Yeah.
Lamatos?
I don't know. I kind of just let YouTube play on loop, and I don't even pay attention to half. Like the Midnight is one of them that pops up a ton. I love the Midnight.
I'm all about Dance with the Dead. If you didn't know, Drew, Dance with the Dead, it's basically a John Carpenter Tangerine Dream style
Oh, it's amazing.
synth wave band, but with like evidently like this young Japanese kid who just goes off on the guitar and just does these absolute fucking great metal riffs. Kick ass, man.
I like Gunship. That's one.
They're good. Cloud Battalion.
I mean, they're all kind of the same. If you just like let them play on loop on YouTube, like it just kind of goes through. They all kind of blend eventually.
But there's some that are especially good.
Dance with the Dead is
Dance with the Dead is great. Check out Lamatos. Lamatos, I think. Here's how good Lamatos is. Okay, they're imitating John Carpenter, but then they're doing their own thing too. John Carpenter is imitating them now. If you listen to the Halloween score, like for the last Halloween installment, which has a score by Carpenter, there are moments where you're like, Lamatos.
There are people that are really, really into John Carpenter's like music that he puts on concerts, I guess.
Yeah, I would go if you know there wasn't a quarantine.
What is it? Because the guy's like 90 years old. What does he do? Just kind of stand there and like hit buttons on a keyboard, like fill buttons?
It's him and his son and their band. And I mean, I had tickets to see Ennio Morricone, who recently passed away. And what was I going to do? I was going to go see Morricone conducting an orchestra. So, like, what's he doing? He's just standing there. It's even more boring than a rapper where, it's just like walk left, walk right.
So you don't have much to work with. You kind of
No, you're there to you're there to see a great artist performing the music that you've heard and fallen in love with. You're there seeing it live, and also with an orchestra. The classical music venues, they're built in such a way that the sound really comes in and surrounds you. So if you've ever been to like Lincoln Center is a great place around here. Oh yeah, phenomenal. But you're also going to see the person.
Yeah, I get the appeal of it in that sense. I'm trying to imagine what a John Carpenter concert looks like with like this whole old director.
I know. It looks like the Crypt Keeper.
It'd be cool if it was like reminiscent of like late 70s, early 80s Alice Cooper concerts. That'd be awesome.
That would. They should get like some like live like gore effects. But team up with Gwar.
Gwar, yep.
Huge Gwar fan, man. Dave Brockie, man. Otis Urungus, may he rest in peace too.
Oh.
I still have a pair of sneakers in my closet that are stained with Gwar blood.
Oh my gosh. That's what people, all right?
Yeah, I can't bring myself to throw away. Yeah, it's just it's a dirty pair of old sneakers. Yeah, but that's real, authentic Gwar blood. These are the kinds of things I hang on to.
No, that's a big deal. Yeah, Gwar. I've never been to a Gwar concert. I don't think I can handle that.
Oh, so great. Well, dude, you would have loved it, but you just wear like your shittiest clothing. You wear like clothes that you don't care about, and you get right up front. I mean, dodging
friends-
anything.
No, I've
my
been
friends
to a
will
Guar
find us.
concert.
Yeah.
It fucking smells at a Guar concert.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it
smells.
does. That tour bus of theirs was like I remember seeing it was like an old school bus with like West Virginia plates because they were like art nerds at like the university there who were like really into Dungeons and Dragons and shit and just like decided to like create a band like as a joke.
What? How would you describe the smell? Is it just like the smell of the blood, or is it just like having
Latex.
sex?
It's like
Funky.
it's funky. It's like okay.
Body
I would say
odor.
It's a it's definitely a combination of people who are there to watch the show who have not bathed in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Combine, and who are trying to throw a mosh pit, so they're sweating fucking hard at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's also a fucking the smell
You
of
can't smell your
the of the smoke that they put out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That smells, and it's kind of like an awkward fucking sweet fucking yuck smell. And then there's like the smell that you get off of latex under hot lights.
Yep.
And then they have like different everything that they do. You know what I mean? Obviously, it is probably I don't know if it's all scented, but a lot of that stuff, like when they launch something in the air and it fucking
It has an odor to it.
Yeah, it usually has an odor. So it's
Basically, what I imagine Captain Love's ship smelling like. Is,
Yeah, but like I said, it smelled funky. If it smells funky at the Guar show, I just looked at that school bus and was like, man, that really must be funky because that's all those odors with like a lot of body odor from like the band, everybody in a tight space. Although I saw them in like the dead of winter, so it wasn't like like it would like July or August. Man, I'm sure it was really funky. But that's what you go for. That was part of the experience. And I wasn't dodging anything, man.
Were
Like
you a
actually,
big,
my friend was using me as a shield.
Were you like a big did you go to a lot of concerts and stuff? Like were you that guy that goes to
Oh yeah. I was a punk rock dude. And
they make me feel uncomfortable. I always felt really self-conscious when I went to concerts because I always stuck out and I was just like the lanky kid with the glasses. Like I didn't want to.
well, yeah,
we got. I just wanted to say hello to Darth Fatass and Lothar.
Darth Fatass.
Hey, anybody else in the chat? Sound off. Let's
Lothar
find out
D.
you're there. We want to say hi to everybody. It's going on. If you're on Facebook and you're watching, make a little comment so we'll see it.
Lothar
So,
D.
in fact, we will even embarrass you and pop it up on the screen, possibly.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
Everyone
We
knows
love
you're
our
late
chat.
now.
A day in the chat is like a day on the farm.
Mm.
How so?
No, not at all. That was an aliens
Okay.
reference.
Oh.
I was
I used to
quoting
go to Tool
a poem.
concerts. That was the thing I could do. Tool concerts. Because
Oh.
you just sit down and watch the show. Like it's.
Right? Yeah. Well, no, I understand that. And like
And
at the
Tool-
punk
and
rock
Tool's
shows, you
music-
could fall back.
Yeah, well, and a Tool concert, the music is so immersive that you don't really need much of a show.
You don't
know what I
want
mean?
to. Like you just kind of take it in.
Frickin' Maynard makes me so angry because he seems like such an a-hole, and he's one of like the great rock vocalists of his generation.
He gets away with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Well, he's got like all kinds of personal issues. He's not real secretive about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He just wants everybody to stay the fuck away from him. He wants to make music and make money on music, but he doesn't want to be a rock star.
That's cool. I can respect that. I always thought like the cool kind of famous was the kind of famous that people had at comic book conventions, right? I love the idea of being able to walk down the street and nobody even knows who you are, and then you hang a left and you go into this building and you're a rock star. And then you leave and you're like nobody again.
Or nowadays, you go in there and you're still a nobody.
I'm saying if you're like Neil Adams or somebody like that, like any of like our living treasures. Of course, we lost Denny O'Neil recently. And to me, part of comic book conventions was always about giving these guys some love,
Yeah.
and letting them know, I can't tell you what it's like to talk to somebody that wrote the comic books that I was reading as a kid, and being able to tell them, you know what, I was in good hands. Like I was in your hands with these comics. And I was in good hands. I couldn't say that about the cartoons, the Saturday morning cartoon crap that was on. You know, Mr. T cartoon wasn't doing anything for me.
Shut your mouth right now.
But the comics I never felt like they were talking down to me. And I developed a kick-ass vocabulary too, because I always kept a dictionary right next to me when I was reading a comic book. Because if like Doctor Doom or Reed Richards or Tony Stark or Doctor Strange would use a word that I didn't understand, I'd be like, not because I was trying to improve my vocabulary, but because I had to know what they were saying.
I kind of want to talk down to you right now for talking about Mr. T like that. But
Mr. T, I ate the Mr. T.
Beautiful.
I ate the Mr. T cereal. Can you say the same?
Yes, and it tasted like shit.
I knew better.
It didn't taste like shit.
It cut up the roof of my mouth. It was like Captain Crunch, but not as good.
Exactly. That's a very good way of describing it. It's the same cereal, like it's sort of a sweet, like corn something. I want to say like
a cornmeal puff.
Yeah,
like a tea, and it would cut up the roof of your mouth, and it wasn't as good as Captain Crunch.
No, it wasn't.
Those like 6 packs of cereal that like your grandmother would always buy. They're like those little boxes, and they come in like a 6-pack.
Dude, how can you go camping without those?
Yeah,
because you can open up the top and you can pour the milk right into the box.
I always
those.
I always got stuck with like Smacks or because everybody
Sugar Smacks.
Yeah, the one with the
you don't need milk for Sugar Smacks. You can eat Sugar Smacks like candy, man.
Because they're just puffed rice like covered in sugar, right?
Yep, that's pretty much all they are. Yes.
Yeah, that's a whack cereal.
Sugar covered rice puffs.
I never understood why they stuck those in there because they always put in like Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms and all the good stuff.
They should just call the breakfast cereal what it is. You know what I mean? Like
sugar,
corn syrup.
I forgot corn syrup.
Corn syrup infused puffs of wheat.
Who wants a box of Crunchy Shugs?
Yeah.
Crunchy Shugs.
Yeah, oh god, but yeah, the Mr. T cereal was the same cereal that they would use for other sort of temporary cereals. Like when the Batman's,
there was no difference in any of them.
When the Batman cereal came out, it was the Mr. T cereal, but like in the bat signal.
Did you guys like Kix?
I did not like Kix. I liked Trix before they changed it to the fruit shapes and made it the same kind of fucking roof gashing fucking shit like that. But when Trix was just the colored little balls, you know what I mean? Like Kix is, you know what I mean? And Kix is basically like Trix without any fruit flavoring. Was then. So, but I was not a Kix fan because it was kind of blah. But
it was bland.
But when the Trix was still the little ball puffs and before it was fruit shaped, that was my absolute go-to favorite breakfast cereal. And then when they fucking changed their fruit shapes, I changed over to Lucky Charms as far as that. And then obviously Raisin Bran was always cool until my ex ruined Raisin Bran for me.
No.
Yes.
Was it like a sexy thing?
No. She said that it looked like fucking it when it was like the stuff that was floating on milk. She said it looked like fucking flies and boogers in a bowl of milk.
Well, I know why you broke up.
There you go. Yeah, that's a completely incompatible relationship right there. Quisp was my jam. I don't know if you remember Quisp. Quisp was my jam. But you could just look at me and guess what my favorite cereal was. Take a guess.
I mean,
Frosted Flakes.
Count Chocula, fools.
Oh well, no, that's
I was trying to think
okay. I should have. I should have done the horror association. I would have gone with like blueberry. What was it? Blueberry maybe or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to be nice. I was going to say
Frankenberry. Was it Frankenberry? Yeah, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Booberry. Those are the monster cereals.
Yeah, and then there was like a short-lived one with the werewolf, but I forget what it was called.
They had a bunch of random ones that would pop in from time to time.
Yeah, but I still like Lucky Charms. Those marshmallows.
I don't like the actual marshmallows anymore. It used to be like you had like the really distinct shapes. Now everything's like meshed into one. They have like it's like a star within a diamond.
It's been a long time since I've eaten them, so I mean they were actually like last time I had them, they had just done the first rainbow flavor thing.
See, I remember when it was a big deal. They had like the balloons with the star inside of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like two marshmallows in one.
Yeah, the red balloons, the new flavor.
I've never seen that. Balloons,
and then one day the star got stuck in the balloon in one of the commercials. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a star in the balloon! Like it was epic.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like that's like the one thing they never had to do is change up the marshmallows. I don't think that helped their. I think that just entertained them like at the job because they were getting bored.
I just enjoyed the story. I'm watching like, what's going to happen to the balloon? Like, where's the star now? Star's in the balloon.
Yeah. See, I think it's messed up because they actually had a great marketing bit because everybody knew the shapes. You know what I mean? And so you could like list them off. And they started changing that shit up. Now it's like, you know,
stars, magic stars, and balloons.
No, before it was pink hearts, yellow moons, blue diamonds, green clovers, and then it became purple horseshoes. Yeah, and then red balloons.
Were those new? The purple horseshoes?
Yes, the purple horseshoes were the first of the new.
Really?
Yeah,
and the clovers came later too, because they didn't have clovers originally, did they?
No, green clovers. Yeah, it was
green clovers?
It was okay. So my whole memory of being a child was pink hearts, yellow moons. Let me just like hold on. Pink hearts, yellow moons, green clovers, blue stars, and then it became and purple horseshoes.
But it became blue diamonds later, right?
Blue diamonds. Yeah, was it blue diamonds? Yeah, maybe it's blue diamonds.
I think it was yellow stars, blue diamonds.
Is it yellow stars and blue diamonds?
Purple horseshoes.
What do you think was the most unhealthy cereal?
I guarantee you we can settle this with Google. That's what it's good for.
What do you think of the most unhealthy? Cookie Crisp, right?
Just cookies and milk. Yeah.
I know.
Cookie Crisp.
Hardcore, man.
or the Cocoa Puffs, maybe.
Yeah,
Cookie
I mean,
Crisp was good though. Cocoa Puffs was kind of gross, man. It would turn your milk like really, really, really like a gross chocolate milk. Not like a yummy chocolate milk.
That wasn't gross. That was delicious.
Yeah, that was. I gotta agree with MC Marianelli here, man. I gotta agree with him. However, if you let it hang out too long,
I pity you guys on your chocolate milk experience. If you guys thought that was tasty.
Oh, dude. Well, first of all, Yoo-hoo is not chocolate milk; it's chocolate water. Always remember that. That shit is that shit's nasty.
I mean, they should just take the water out. Just give me chocolate.
Exactly.
Chocolate.
Me got a cookie in my fur.
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch chefs. Are they back at all?
I have no idea.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The coolest gimmick for a cereal ever, and it was short-lived. I remember this as a kid vividly, though. It was a cereal called Freakies, and the Freaks were like these monsters that would live in a tree, and like when you'd buy the cereal, one of the little Freakies, like one of the monsters, would be in the cereal. But it was just like it was like freak related, a kid's breakfast cereal
at a porn shop. Freakios.
I gotta look that shit. I gotta look that shit up on the Google. Freakies. Freakies.
Oh, I'm scared to type that in on Google. Freaky cereal. Wow, that actually.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, see, there's like the tree and everything.
What the heck?
Yeah, there were like these monsters that lived in the tree.
I've got the
freaky inside.
I've got a good idea how to solve this issue. Hold on.
Can I get a T-shirt that says "Free Freaky Inside"?
Hell yeah. No, I mean, what am I?
Freaky Inside.
Yeah. You could see like the. Oh man, I wonder. These gotta be on eBay, man. I had these, man. I had all of these.
Oh, is this the original?
1980 version. It's been the original is like mid 60s. So I mean.
Awesome, we got Lucky totally captured. Now we'll get his Lucky Charms for sure.
Oh, I'll make a hang glider on the skate with the Lucky Charms. The crunchy oat cereal with a rainbow of marshmallow surprises. Pink heart, orange stars, yellow moons, green clovers, blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes. Whoa!
Pink hearts.
Yes! Oh, it looks like you've been grounded.
Totally popular.
Wow.
And nobody watched Leprechaun, the horror movie, without thinking of that character. I want me gold. Oh, it's really scary.
So the official answer is pink hearts, orange stars, yellow moons, green clovers, blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes.
Oh wow.
That is the official answer.
Congratulations, sir. You solved the mystery.
I'm gonna post you.
They do call me Mr. E.
Ooh.
Hey-o. Damn Skippy. I just shot you a link to what I think is the Freakies commercial.
Oh no.
Yeah, just to prove that, like, yeah, I didn't hallucinate this.
Well, we still don't.
You shot me a link. Did you put it in the private chat? Or
It's in the private chat.
Yeah, that's how.
Darth Fast says Rice Krispies.
We have DMs in Twitter. Those are links.
Okay, I know you prefer the. I know you prefer the twatter, homeboy. I'll use the twatter.
Well, it's just that I don't play the videos on the same computer that I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I mean, it's all good.
So wait. I'll have to. I
No worries. No worries. I try not to make other people's lives a pain in the ass if I can help it.
Yeah, right. I've read your book.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean I don't like to fuck with people sometimes, but some people just need to be, effed with.
Require it, yeah.
I got it. You don't have to worry about sending it. I got it now.
Get your freakies.
Oh, yeah.
Get your freaking cereal.
Yeah, I used to get my freak on with that cereal. Because I was a
That
little
just
kid,
sounds
you love
wrong.
monsters, man.
That sounds
I was gonna say your
wrong.
girl knew it was getting weird when she heard the cereal box pop open in the kitchen. Like, oh no.
I didn't develop that early. It would still be a few years until, like, I had that special feeling while watching Barbarella and Jane Fonda floating in zero gravity and taking all her clothes off.
Picture like your mom like refused to bust out the cereal for you because you kept
Leader of the Freakies was the
Look at
fearless
this.
Boss Moss. Whenever the Freakies had a problem, they ran to Boss Moss.
Is this 70s?
Exactly
Yeah.
how you feel. He never solved the problem, but he was always understanding. At last, they came upon a wonderful tree.
See, this is from the part of the 70s that was still basically the 60s, where, like, everybody was still taking acid or something.
Happy day.
Every morning, the cereal would ripen in the sun, becoming toasty.
Oh, nom 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 nom.
What are you, scavenger or something? And they moved.
The Jewish one? Hey!
I wonder what the taxes are like here. Freakies is part of a good.
See, they all have, like, their own personalities. They all have, like, different accents and shit.
Yeah, they had the Jewish one. They're like, hey, don't take in my cereal.
Actually, he sounded a little bit like Brother Theodore to me. Not quite.
Good, and I ought to know I'm the boss.
See, he's supposed to sound like John Wayne. She's Marilyn Monroe.
This is a very crunchy cereal. Very worthy. Super eminent. What
Just-
does he say?
I don't know. And I like Freaky cereal because it's sugary and sweet, like me.
You too can have crunchy, sugary, freaky cereal every morning.
I don't like this.
Is it starting to harsh your buzz?
Why would they show a weird green thing with bumps and be like, you should eat some food?
It's like whoever
Okay.
came up with this was on, like, the brown acid from, like, Woodstock or something.
You're a booger
It's like-
advertising cereal to me right now.
See. Now the thing is like it doesn't surprise me that this would be like Brian's go-to. You know what I mean? Like as much as the way he like loves like obsesses on horror movies and like his favorite choices sometimes are just a little bit more obscure. I could see him really like gravitating towards the obscure breakfast cereal with these characters
Yeah,
that are
man.
like off-putting in their own little way.
Yeah, absolutely. I was crestfallen when they canceled this cereal, and it wasn't.
I've never heard anybody talk about this before, let alone say it's their favorite cereal of all time.
Yeah. It was very obscure, very obscure. But
You guys remember Freakies?
gone but not forgotten.
Oh, let's keep it forgotten though.
No, seriously, weren't you getting like a little bit of an HR Puffin stuff vibe there? You know, HR Puffin stuff. Get it?
Weirded out by the booger, the giant
Right?
booger.
The John Wayne booger.
The booger cereal. Yeah, that's just
Pick and flick it, little pilgrims. Come on.
Well, he's not the cereal. He just likes the cereal. Like they all live under this tree that gives them a endless supply of the cereal. So they don't need to go anywhere. They don't need to get jobs. They don't need to even try to assimilate into society.
Oh, okay,
They can
so-
just hang
so-
out there and just.
Anti cereal is what this
So,
is.
so they're marketing the cereal to fucking stoners on welfare, is what you're saying.
Yeah, basically.
Chicanos.
Yes, definitely.
Socialos.
Oh man, oh God, yeah, they came up with some wacky shit in the '70s, man. Really wacky shit.
Could you imagine if they tried making those things into marshmallows at the time too? Like you had these weird green, dark green, boogery marshmallows.
Yeah, I actually can kind of like picture that in my head.
They're like immediately soggy.
Yeah, man. Oh god. Yeah, any cereal that had like had more than like 2 colors, I immediately like, even as a kid, I looked at like Fruit Loops and was like, that can't possibly be healthy.
Oh.
Fruit Loops, that was also another good one. Before they fucking changed up on it and changed the formula, that was one that was just like Trix, so that it was loops. You know what I mean? It was just as good as Trix. It even except it didn't make the milk fruit flavory enough.
Gotcha.
Speaking of weird shit that happened in the 70s.
Oh no.
Bracing myself.
The Bugaloos?
Oh yeah.
The Bugaloos, we're in the air and everywhere, flying high, flying loose, flying free as a summer
Flying
breeze.
high, get it?
Happy as a summer breeze.
Oh.
The Buzz Killer character is always the Buzz Killer.
The Bugaloos, we're in the air and everywhere.
Oh god.
Why?
Nightmare fuel, man. That fucking bee character, it was
That was like an era. It was the 70s. Like everything just looked creepy. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter how like childish they were aiming. Like it was just creepy to look at.
Well, not everything. It's just
Everything.
there were certain misfires that were just kind of like okay, like that's like gonna give people like a bad trip.
It was
Like if
all
they're
of it.
trippy, they don't want to look at that.
It all looks horrible.
Well, okay, so I guess we can start the first game, even though there's only like maybe 4 or 5 people watching.
Everybody else,
record this week. It's
you guys, everybody who's watching right now has got an extreme advantage.
I feel like
Yes.
like Lothar D and Darth Badass just sit on like a mountain of free stuff. 'Cause there's no-
seriously, all those chumps that are like watching Ethan stream right now, they're losing out. That's all I'm saying.
Are they though?
They're not. Everybody that's watching Ethan stream right now, they're not going to win any cool shit.
No,
No.
they'll have a good time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Ethan,
possibly.
Ethan keeps talking about his toy, and he keeps mentioning the thing going on with Diamond and Cecil and all that kind of stuff.
Dynamite,
So
yeah.
Dynamite, yeah, it's gonna be Dynamite and Cecil. So there's a lot of people watching because that's the latest drama. So
Yep, yay, drama.
Yeah.
He said sarcastically.
yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? It is what it is. Everybody's
Yeah, it
got to do
is.
their thing. Everybody's got
Yep.
to do their thing.
Yep.
Our thing has got us 3 people watching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
you told them Ethan's streaming. Like, oh yeah.
I know, right? Oh God! Like Drew's like, don't mention the competition.
Not
even the competition. That's
we're not competition for Ethan. Just,
I know. Yeah, no shit, dude. Ain't that the truth?
Are they auctioning tonight? They had an auction last night, didn't they? Are they doing like part 2 of that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to follow. In fact, it's kind of depressing after a while when you try to like keep up on all the stuff because
I can't.
It's like it's like if you want to care. You know what I mean? Because it's like, people in the community, in the industry, but then at the same time, they just people do stuff that are just so like, well, yeah, why am I watching this right now?
Yeah,
we need drama we need bingo drama.
We need you to
Bingo
start
drama?
a new beef with Fraga.
One of these
that's what
days, we need a beef with what?
we need a new beef with Fraga. That's what we need.
The world does not need that.
Oh,
That ended horribly.
I know. I feel bad for Dan.
Yeah.
And the first number is I.
Oh, I knew it.
22.
I called it. It's going to be an I. Here's your drama right here. He rigged it. It's
I. Damn it.
Should be Mr. I. The Drew.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need to play
Dang it,
along.
Bastard. We'll have Someone say I love you.
No, I don't know. You're breaking up. I think you're breaking up a little bit.
You're breaking up. Is that so? So you hear "I love you" and then Brian says you're breaking up. Did you hear that? That's horrible.
No. His family life is a-okay.
Wait, am I really breaking up? Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, 75.
Oh,
75. No, you sound fine now. You sound fine now.
Fine now. No.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Say no more. Say no more.
Oh, 75.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got. Let me see. Oh yeah, we should remind people. Where do you go to get your cards?
To get my cards?
To get the cards to play along.
Oh, that I was like, I don't offer up my cards. Backer bingo.
Yeah, but right now we're playing for a choice of a Hero of the Cleansing first version copy or a beautiful, lovely, not framed version, but a version of the Vinny Tartamella Captain Love artwork that in poster form. I have them here and they're ready to ship out. This one is mine. I framed it. You can't have this one.
Give me that.
Hell yeah.
No.
Hail the Fulfillment King.
But I want you. I bet you'd probably love one of these, wouldn't you? You know, it's in. See, one of these because these have one of those in them.
Oh, it's a little poster tube.
It is.
So you don't even have to go to the post office to mail that. You can actually just use stamps.com for that.
That is correct. I do drop them off at the post office, but yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely got to definitely for my next campaign, I got to offer some prints or some cool stuff. Not prints, prints like artwork and shit. Yeah, because people are asking for that. You sexy motherfucker.
My.
Oh my.
Oh my. Hey. I'm actually I'm now ordering the cards that I owe Mr. Chris Evans from last week.
Just reminded him that he's all oops.
I emailed him today, or messaged him today. I was like, I didn't forget you. I just didn't do it yet.
I didn't forget you. I'm just forgetful.
I didn't forget. I just didn't do it yet.
I didn't forget you. I just neglected you.
Exactly. And it's don't take it personal. I'm horrible to everybody.
Look, beggars can't be choosers. You're getting it for free. It comes when I send it.
Makes sense to me, man.
Seriously,
people love that. People love getting one of a kind works of art in the mail. So if you're an artist who has mad crazy skills, and we know that you, Mark, have mad crazy skills, those are going to be major league collectibles in the future.
And if like for instance somebody wins who already has a Hero of the Cleansing book, and for some reason they don't want a poster, I might offer an alternative and let them have get on the list for Rise of the Pirate King Chapter 1 because those are right here, bagged and boarded, and
baby.
Ready to go.
Oh, baby. Yeah, wow.
Ooh, look at that. Stretch goal extras.
Sweet. Dude, you just got those, right?
Yeah, just like Friday, everything came in on this,
Hell yeah. How great is that feeling, man? Mark, you're going to experience this buzz, man. You're going to hear like a knock at the door, doorbell's going to ring, you're going to open the door, and you're going to see piles and piles of boxes full of your books.
Oh, I thought you meant like Drew sending out, like I got multiple copies of
boxes and boxes of Drew's books. Yeah, I'll send him.
Here's an extra 500 copies
for me. He can fulfill them for me.
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, oh, my Captain Love comics are here. Just one.
It's funny when you're fulfilling, when you're like boxing and bagging and shit, and you're just like, oh, this is such a pain in the ass. You're just like, it's a good problem to have.
G47.
G47 suckers.
G47 writings on the document. Did we lose everyone yet?
I don't
See if
know.
we can get us down to 2.
Chased away like the 2 or 3 people that we had.
I want to get us to 2. Let me see if we can do it.
Oh, we could do it. I just don't know
Then do it.
if we should. Yeah.
Doing it. Well,
Well,
wow.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I got it all set up. Captain Love is going to be fulfilling. I have to print out all the stamps.com bullshit. I would have done that today during the daytime because yesterday was pretty much getting all this stuff all dialed in, and then so then today was going to be like I was thinking about getting all the packages set up. But I think I'm going to be more comfortable doing them one at a time in groups versus just like pre-printing everything and then like building it. I mean, it takes a little bit longer to do them, like as they are, but I feel like I can get them in the mail as the order they were, that they were claimed that way. So, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's fulfilling on books is weird. It's a very interesting experience just sitting there and like you come up with your own system, you know what I mean? Like I'll just like have like a bunch of Gemini mailers and then just spend all afternoon just bending them.
N37
N37 suckles.
I was struggling with doing Gemini mailers this time because everything will fit in a Gemini mailer. And then Gemini mailers are a little cheaper because they're like if you buy enough of them, they're like 60 cents each. You know what I mean? But the thing is Gemini mailers are not waterproof. They do protect the book better than nothing. But the method that I have, for mine is like 80 cents a mailer, and I can use it for everything. This shit's waterproof. You know what I mean? It's just I just don't know. I mean, it's like 20 cents more a mail that way, but I just
yeah.
It's got more TLC too. It's not just throwing in some Gemini mailer then hooked around.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, in a way, it's like you think to yourself, like the really big people. Obviously, you're working for the majors. You're not packing and shipping books, right? If anything, it actually feels kind of I don't know. There's something nice about it, It's like you said. It's like you're just actually getting it directly to the reader. I wish I could operate the printing press.
Yeah, honestly, I might transition to something like Gemini mailers eventually for U.S. orders. You know what I mean? But
they're convenient, but the way you ship your books is safer.
Yeah, they're definitely safer the way I ship them, and I can do international that way, no issues.
Yeah, nobody beats Vinny though. You get a book from Vinny, you're gonna have to take a box cutter to that bitch, or a chainsaw or something. Just layer after layer of cardboard.
Yeah, I think he's got like a sadistic streak when he's packing his books.
I think so too.
70. He's all like, how can I fuck with these people? Let me wrap it again. You know what? Let me wrap it again. I didn't use enough tape on this one.
Right. Let's make these bitches work for this damn thing. There was I remember John.
They're gonna appreciate this book one way or another, motherfucker.
Yep.
Is it in duct tape? I feel like that goes with the Italian theme.
There was
a crowbar to open it. Is it
it's like a blowtorch or something. He didn't do it, but John Lydon from Sex Pistols and Public Image Limited, Pill was coming out with a record, and he had a bunch of different ideas for the album cover. One of them was to make the album cover for the LP out of sandpaper, so when you would push it into your record collection, it would fuck up your other records. And then his other idea was to wrap it in heavy duty plastic and seal it with a padlock, so you need but no key, so you need a bolt cutter or something to get to the record.
Ooh.
G
I like to work for my goods. Yeah.
57. G57.
It's kind of like we grew up with jewel cases for CDs.
Yes.
So you get that Walmart sticky crap off the top of it.
I mean, I'm old enough that I inherited a ton of LPs from my brother. was like 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
And man, once CDs came out, you know, they were way more convenient. The sound quality was really great, but it was the death of album art.
Yeah, well, I'm old enough to remember fucking picking through 8-tracks and trying to like get to this song
Me
I
too.
like.
Oh, 8-track was the worst format ever. It was so bad. Yeah, because you would just go and it would go like there were like 4 buttons, right? And it would just jump to like another part of the tape, but
It
like
was-
not
yeah.
another song. It would just be like randomly, just like wherever.
No, there was like I'm not exactly sure how they had it figured out, but it would jump to areas on the tape, so you'd be like jumping ahead. Like this is spot 1, this is spot 2,
Right.
and if your tape is so much further ahead, you know what I mean, you'd be like all like on spot 4, and it's like you could never actually pick the spot you wanted to. You could get close, you know what I mean, but you couldn't actually like get.
You guys are really keeping with the theme of Sunday Night Bingo. You sound like a bunch of old fogies talking about
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Actually, I remember going.
Back in the day when you had to walk uphill both ways to school.
talking about your freaky O's and your 8-track players. And
Oh
your-
man, I had a portable 8-track player, and in 6th grade, and I remember taking it on a field trip to like some colonial village or something like that, and playing like Black Sabbath Paranoid, and
I
getting
used to
all the
play
other kids.
in the morning and walk to school in the snow with my portable 8-track player.
Yep, and get home and play on my dazzling Atari 2600 Pong, man. Those incredible graphics.
Gotta get home in time or I wouldn't be allowed to go to Sunday Night Bingo.
Dude, seriously, have you shown like any of your kids like what old video games used to look like? They crack
Yeah.
up.
I've tried. Yeah, I bought you go to like Target or you buy like all those controllers that have the games built into them. They have like 20 Atari games on each one.
Yeah.
I bought like a whole deck of those things for my oldest, and
Oh, that's cool.
he was into it for like maybe 5 minutes, and then he wanted to play Minecraft. So it was,
There you go. Which is very retro. What number was that, Drew?
It was 074.
Oh,
no.
74 bitches.
We have I-22 075, G47, N37 070, G57 071, and 074 as the list has demonstrated.
G'd up. Is anybody playing? We should probably find out if any of the people joining are actually playing right now.
Well,
I know.
there's Lothar D and Darth Fatass.
Hey, are you guys actually playing, or are you just watching? Otherwise, why are we saying numbers?
I know, right? We could do like a puppet show or something
I
like
know
that.
Drew has like 5 cards underneath his desk. He's like, I'm gonna win my poster. I'm gonna win my sweet poster tonight.
By the way, have I pledged anything to Backer Bingo? I'm not sure if I have or not. I'm just wondering if I owe people stuff. I want to make sure that I'm getting them the stuff that I owe them.
You were teasing people with your like fucking old fucking Johnny Wad porn or something like that.
No, I wasn't. And I would never part with my old Johnny Wad porn. Come on, man. Holmes. Johnny Wad, you don't think Johnny Wad was a badass, man?
I think that's a good 6-gun stretch goal. The Johnny Wad stretch goal.
There actually was a Johnny Wad comic that came out like about 6 years ago.
Gross.
Yeah. And it was nothing like pornographic about it. It was serious. It's like
Other than the theme, right?
It's like this is what like the movie that Bob Chin would have made if he didn't have to make porn.
G54.
It's like, yeah, I wonder what's going to happen in issue 2.
He's going to find Ringo. Where the fuck is Ringo? You know that scene that's in Boogie Nights? At the end of Boogie Nights? Where the fuck is Ringo? That's from one of the Johnny Wad movies. He's like...
And the title of that Johnny Wad movie is?
The China Cat? I think it might be China Cat.
Yeah, the fact that you actually know.
And
that.
the line is, now I'm just going to ask you one more time. Where's Ringo? Go to hell. He smacks her, but that doesn't work, so he has to whip out the D. He has to whip out the D, and so that, she like gives up the information so he doesn't stop. Bitch, I'm going to take it out unless you spill the beans.
Wow. You know this really well. I just like to point that out.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Just
He wasn't watching for
Oh, dude, I have books. I have books. I have documentaries. There's.
Why do you have a documentary on Johnny Watt?
I have 4 documentaries on Johnny Watt. Are you kidding
I
me?
never found out where Ringo was.
The man had a 14.5-inch crank. How can you not respect that? You know who else was fascinated with him was Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken actually wanted to play John Holmes.
He wanted to play with Johnny Holmes?
No, he wanted to play Johnny Holmes in a movie about the Wonderland murders, a movie that was going to be directed by Abel Ferrara, and eventually there was one that was made with
N45.
N45. Yes, it was.
I'm speechless right now. You know a lot about this.
Oh yeah. I know I do.
Don't you anymore? Like it's like you're fascinated by the story.
Oh, absolutely. I'm fascinated by like that whole era, that whole subculture. There's a very good podcast about it by a guy named Ashley West, who's like a serious film scholar. It's called The Rialto Report, and it's nothing but like interviews with like people that were like porn stars in the 70s and the 80s.
Well, Drew took his pants off.
There's a book that's by Legs McNeil. He wrote like the definitive punk rock book, Please Kill Me. He also wrote the definitive history of the adult film industry in the 70s called The Other Hollywood, and the stories in there are freaking fascinating.
Like I like this new. I got a camera that they gave it to me for free so I could review it, and the picture is actually better. See, like
why does it look like stalker vision though? Like it's got like a binocular kind of appearance to it.
What do you mean, like a fisheye lens kind of
fish
thing?
eyes. Well, they both do. Watch, here's this.
Oh, no, it's got that thing of that like groove in the top.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
there's a groove in the top. Hold on.
Well, it's not there now. It disappeared.
Groove is at the top.
Where
okay,
yeah, that one.
No, that's the lens cap.
Oh, it's like stalker vision. Like I'm looking at you through the bushes with my binoculars.
That's convenient. It has a little cap just in case the NSA is peeping on you. Yeah. It's like, yeah, F you. Click.
Yeah, now it goes to Johnny Wad.
Yeah, man.
Johnny Wad vision.
I actually wanted to do a comic book about him.
I wouldn't have backed it.
And then I actually have 3 cameras. My third camera is the cat cam, which is not on a cat right now.
So, the cat cam? No.
Yeah, what are we looking at here?
No Pepper Potts.
No cat.
It's the cat cam.
No cat in the cat cam.
Oh,
at the moment.
That's a bummer.
Where's Pepper?
She's probably sleeping. It's hot, so she's probably knocked out right now.
Oh yeah. Even in summer, even when you keep like the house cool, somehow the heat still like kicks their asses.
Yeah, they're all
yeah.
Salty's right here. He's like in this little like cat bed right here, sleeping, just, like, way knocked out. Pepper's right there. She's on the cat food delivery box. So
she's a cutie pie.
Can you even see that behind me? You probably can.
What am I looking for? It's back to you. Back to you.
See her? Right there she is on the box.
Oh, I see her.
Chewy.
Yeah, I see her.
There she is. Yeah.
Back to you.
She's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Life without cats just ain't a proper life.
No, it's a pretty good life.
How can anybody live without pussy?
Seriously.
N33.
N33 suckers.
N33. Seriously, speak to me in the chat. Who's playing?
Fess up.
It has been dead silent since you talked about Ethan's stream.
Yeah, the last comment was this actually. In fact.
Yeah, JK.
See ya. Peace out.
JK, give me a break.
Oh man.
Sure, you're kidding.
Fine, we'll just keep all our free stuff.
There's probably like one person left hanging out, and then like my Johnny Wad talk like make them go, "Ew, I'm offended."
You had both are until you brought up the Johnny Wad stuff.
Yeah, man.
And his rapey interrogations.
Well, maybe they started Googling Johnny Wad and.
Oh Christ!
They'll be back in 10 minutes.
But seriously, man, Christopher Walken would have made a great Holmes.
I'm gonna rape you.
If you want me to stop,
tell me what I want to know.
Oh man, he would have made such a great Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Yeah. He was up for that part. They were considering him. Yeah. People don't remember. He was like a really good looking guy, and looked sort of like an angel. Like he had like these very those very strange eyes.
Oh,
but they were especially large when he was like younger.
What was that movie? Brain Scan. That movie.
Yeah.
That was a good flick.
Darth and Lothar, I'm glad you're here. Are you actually playing? Is the question though.
Listening to us yap about nothing.
Because we can stop at any time and just talk.
well, Mark, what campaign?
In 40.
No, what I'm saying is like, when do you think we might expect it? Do you think this year, next year?
I'm wondering why he took his answer to change from like and he said like Christmas time or like like.
Well, no, the answer changed because I have a feeling if I launch at Christmas time, it's just not going to go very well.
Yep.
Oh, Lothar's playing good.
Rock and roll, brother. Rock and roll, Lothar.
By default. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go well if I launch end of year, so I'm probably going to launch March. Which gives me a little more time to work on it because I have 2 ash cans I have to get done before the year's over too.
Okay.
So yeah. So basically, you guys got to wait a year, more or less.
Fuck.
Play the game. Just play the game. It'll hold you over. It's going to take all year.
We're not going to stop bugging you, Mark. We're not going to stop bugging you about that.
One of these days, we should take some advice. Like is our night that we choose backer bingo the problem, or is the fact that we just say bingo in backer bingo and people are thinking that it's for old people?
We should probably update the graphic that you're using for Becker Bingo because it totally looks like a.
We're losing the youth audience. Is that what you think?
We went a little bit too far with the old school advertising.
Right.
Becker Bingo.
Well, it could. Sunday night usually isn't a busy night on the internet anyway, but yeah. But it got. I noticed.
Sunday's a little self-conscious day for posting anything on Twitter. I like delete posts all the time because I'm like, it's not getting enough likes, and I just delete it because I'm scared.
And then I noticed like as the summer lull hit, our bingo numbers like went to to like tiny.
Who doesn't want free things?
Beats me.
Apparently, we're not entertaining enough to get free shit from. You know what I mean?
All right, we'll have Brian talk about some more Darth Wad. Not Darth
Johnny
Wad.
Wad.
Sorry, Darth
Wad.
His name is Johnny Wad. I believe that there were about 5 films in the series.
6 Wad Gorilla.
Darth Wad, the obscene phone caller.
Can you make a Darth Wad Gorilla or a 6 Wad Gorilla?
A 6-gun Johnny Wad gorilla.
6 Wad gorilla.
Like a hybrid. Like a gorilla. Like he's put into like one of the teleportation pods from The Fly with a gorilla, and it comes out as like Wadrilla.
Just a hairy bee.
So there's many levels of frightening on that.
Man.
The whole Gatling gun.
I know what ass cam we're getting with the next campaign now.
The Gatling gun rework. Having the artwork that mocks the Gatling gun. I just don't know.
If there's any war campaign you're watching, please get on that.
Seriously. They would be the people to call. Oh Christ, man.
Have you guys do they have any theaters open where you guys are right now?
No. G51 California shut everything back down.
Well, not California. You guys suck.
New York, we got like the highest body count, so not that I'm aware of.
We got they're showing like old movies down here. It's been great. We watched The Goonies last week.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
And like they showed, I know Ghostbusters just got the original Ghostbusters just got a theatrical re-release, and of course did like in like one weekend more than like the new Ghostbusters, like the woke Busters did like for like its entire run.
Yeah,
like,
they're showing
one
like
day.
Empire Strikes Back. They're showing that.
Yep.
The reason they're showing Black Panther and stuff, but showing that one. Iron Man showing right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 29.
I mean,
they get Flight of the Navigator in there. I'm gonna crap my pants.
Oh wow,
that.
That's a good one. That's like surprisingly dark for a kids movie.
Oh yeah, it's very dark. He shows up at the mall at his parents' house. I'm like, hello.
I know, it's great. I mean, you know, the one theater that I would always go to was the Alamo Drafthouse because they would show older movies. They'd have the new movies, but they would always have one screen that they would keep open as a sort of repertory theater, and you could go and see old horror movies there.
I-28. I'm looking forward to the pandemic getting fucking over with so that we can start doing a horror movie night, you know, for the horror fucking Central Valley Horror Club. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when Casey was here, she was talking about that. You know, on horror talk when we had Casey, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like I know of a place that was like totally down to host it, and then there's other places also that are, you know what I mean. So it's like
we need to get drive-ins being a thing again because that
guess what
solution.
Guess what?
You know, drive-ins they are a thing again, except when you go and wait for food, that's a fucking clusterfuck. You know what I mean? So they have to figure that out.
Go to McDonald's and then go to the drive-in. Like you don't need to be served there.
Or no, what they should do is they should have car hops at the drive-in. You know
like in the 50s.
Yeah, come out, take your order, fucking.
Absolutely.
Come back with your food. It would still be faster than waiting that fucking line. It takes forever to fucking walk to the back to get food and fucking wait in that ass line and come back. Fucking half the movie's over. What'd I miss? Everything, asshole. Oh, and you got the wrong soda too, you fucking dick.
I remember seeing Scanners and the original Dawn of the Dead in a drive-in, right? 2 exploding head movies. Back to back, and both times when like you saw that head pop, people were like leaning on their horns, like, yeah, fuck yeah!
I saw the last drive-in I saw was the It remake, the first one.
Did they have drive-ins out where you're at?
Oh yeah.
Well, you're in Texas, right? You're in Teja. Yeah. Of course, they still got
the drive-in. We'll do it. What?
Joe Bob Briggs, Joe Lansdale. Yeah, man. Like that's one of the things that's great about Teja is that
it's about Teja.
I'm having like an interesting tech moment. Both my cameras are on at the same time. They both have the green light going. That's not supposed to happen.
Oh, Google's watching you.
Oh shit.
We said a rate too many times on the stream.
Yeah, man.
Your cameras are activated. Because Brian keeps talking about
Johnny Watt. Remember, though, Johnny Watt is the character. John Holmes was the actor.
I don't care about the actor. I like Johnny Watt.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know,
Johnny Watt, you get to just keep that name for life.
Like I said, there was a Johnny Watt comic book. It was just a one shot, but it was mean. It was like a mean, tough, gritty crime story.
Gritty.
Gritty.
I can guess how it ended.
Yeah, G50. G50.
You would be right.
Do they make like M. Night Shyamalan pornos where it ends but nobody nuts? Like it just
Yeah, right. And then it just everybody finds out like nobody can nut because
it just ends with like blue balls and then it's like credits. It's like,
you're in hell. Nobody nuts in hell.
Surprise! You've been impotent the whole time.
Oh man!
I see flaccid people.
But oh man! But I mean, that's the thing that's great about like about the skin flicks from the 70s. They were real movies, like the production values and everything. And like people are like porn doesn't have stories. I'm like, yeah, they do.
The 70s happened to look like a porno. That wasn't the pornos with high production because everything sucked in the 70s.
Well, like I would say
You're
that they
talking about
were
pornos sucking. You're talking about pornos sucking.
Hey-o.
they were like production wise, they were on par with like the Roger Corman movies that were being produced like around the same time. Is what I'm saying.
They had to do it on film because the market for porn were actually in theaters at that point. Because when they first started doing it, there were no VHS or beta tapes or whatever. If you wanted to watch porn, you had to go watch it in a fucking porn theater on a fucking big screen. Or you had to get a stag film, which were really hard to get. Which were basically
were you
8mm.
Well, were you allowed to pleasure yourself in these theaters?
Allowed to. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, isn't that what people?
What do you think sticky floors were originated from?
Exactly.
I see. That's where the one seat between the dudes originates.
Oh yeah, I'm not a homo seat. I remember hearing a story about a woman that would go with a water pistol. And so, at a really hot moment, she would like squirt some guy in the back of his head, and he'd be like, "Ah!" And he'd turn around, and she'd just be sitting there.
See, that's a dangerous game to play because if he's that close to completion,
what if he likes it and it shoots over his head back at her?
But yeah, that's one of the things that people don't understand is that pornography drives all major technological advances in our society. The VCR was marketed and really was a device that allowed you to watch porn in your house. That's it. If you look at all like the early like video magazines and all like the tapes and everything, it was mostly smut because like the major studios didn't want to put their movies out on VHS or beta because they thought, wait a second, if people could watch movies at their home, they're not going to go to the movies anymore. And so the few movies that they did put out on VHS, like a VHS tape for like, I remember Apocalypse Now was like $100. And it took a long. I mean, actually, that's how I and a lot of other people discovered Italian horror films. Was the fact that they needed to fill the shelves with something, and so they were, maybe you couldn't get First Blood, but you could get the Italian ripoff of First Blood. Maybe you couldn't get Dawn of the Dead, but you could get the Italian ripoff of Dawn of the Dead.
That's what you're saying. It's the only people. If you owned a VCR back then, you were just a creepy pervert, pretty much.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. You're not making home movies. You're not making home movies. You're not. You're
watching Italian horror and porno.
Yeah. In other words, the VCR was a device where you would watch movies that were transgressive in some way, that were forbidden, like forbidden fruit,
and aggressive.
Yeah, man.
Tell me what I want to know.
Wait, now I would push back in a lot of ways on what he was saying, but the truth in that is the war between VHS and Betamax was won by the porn industry.
Absolutely.
The porn industry decided to choose one versus both, chose VHS, and that crushed Betamax.
Yep.
That's an actual truth.
Yes, and
Betamax were also not as friendly size-wise.
Yeah,
and they required more maintenance and they were more expensive, so they were just not altogether commercially friendly, which is why they chose VHS over Betamax.
Yeah,
so,
although
you could say that porn industry maybe wasn't responsible for it, but they were maybe the canary in the coal mine, leading the way of the industry because they were already on top of it from the beginning.
They were responsible for it. Hey, when did the internet blow up? When did everybody start getting a computer once they knew they could get free porn?
No, it was
the internet is for porn. The internet is for porn.
And Mortal Kombat cheat codes.
Actually, porn sites on the internet didn't spring up till the internet was already a well-induced thing. So if you really want to know, what made the internet happen was that there were a lot of news groups, chat rooms. It was more or less face-to-face digital contact, like we're doing kind of here, is what made the internet work. Porn just exploited the fuck out of it. In 35. Although I've been basically doing the
bitches.
internet, I've been basically developing, content for the internet since the internet commercial, like. Back
Were
in
you
90
one of the people that was that was on the internet when there was like basically like everybody knew each other? Because I've known people like that were like in the early days.
I don't know. I wasn't like on the internet when it was just like Windows 3.1. You know what I mean? And then like the internet really sucked because it was like a dial-up situation.
Oh God, 5K modems.
That was worse than an AOL modem. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, it was like the dial-up situation was a fucking nightmare back then.
Oh, I can imagine.
So no, I wasn't like a major on that. I did use the internet on occasion back then, where you like it was like almost more like working in DOS than it was like in a Windows environment. Because but the internet wasn't really commercial until Windows 98 was addressed and the new browsers were introduced.
Yeah.
Then that's when the internet started becoming commercial. And then I was there for that. So as soon as the internet I was there already doing it when the internet became a commercial viable thing, where then businesses were now able to sell websites. You know what I mean? We were actually like a web company. I was, basically like in the very initial part of that, I was involved in that game then from the beginning. So
I was working
I was doing it before the internet sold out.
I actually had a HTML job. Like around 99, 2000, which was like my one and only corporate job, cubicle job. Was fucking miserable. I had to commute into the city every day, 3 hours each way. It's brutal, right? But yeah, like that was ye olden days. It's like I can remember like when Netscape was like the main browser, and then Internet Explorer came out, and then they changed Netscape to make it like Internet Explorer. It was just like they completely killed it.
I miss Alta Vista. That was my
Alta Vista. Oh man, yeah, that's really OG.
Like Alta Vista and Lycos for like the big search engines.
Lycos and Alta Vista actually like owned the landscape for a little while, and then YouTube, then Yahoo came in with Yahoo Mail, gave it away for free, dominated the landscape, and then Google's all like, "Oh, watch this. We're gonna pull a nice little marketing trick."
I remember when Google was like the
we're going to use our marketing money to put the term Google it on TV and movies,
right?
As far as search engine goes,
right?
And then they went
product placement.
And then they basically stripped down their front end entirely, so there's no ads to use their tool. Versus all the other ones that to use their tool, you're bombarded with advertising out the gate. However, on the Google, you don't. You get the advertising inside, but you don't get it out the gate. And then so they were the only ones to do that. They viably made their experience more desirable. Then they dominated, because again, Google it was a term for searching on the internet, and then all the other search engines couldn't compete with that.
Right.
It was
right. It's like
Google
it.
Google it on Yahoo. What?
Yeah. It's like like, do you have a Kleenex?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that was the number one like way that Google won the warfare on that. It was all done with marketing. It was not even like, I mean, obviously quality of product, but there was DMOZ, which was a cleaner search engine than Google. It had no advertising whatsoever, and it was actually managed by real people. You know what I mean? And it was, and then Google was using their database to produce their results for a while. You know what
I remember being really turned off by all the O's at the bottom of it with the pagination. They still do it, but that all those like the GO before, like, where's the GL?
Right.
And the E. When do I get to E?
But man, and let me tell you, New York City 2000, like 1999, 2000, at any point, we always knew, like, we were treated reasonably well by the higher ups, because they knew that at any moment we could quit and literally just go across the street and get another job. Like, but this is like when the bubble was just like right before it popped.
There was a time in this country when it was fairly easy to get a job if you wanted to work.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Then there was and then that, because of that, there were a lot of good paying jobs. Now, because it's hard to get a job, and there's a lot of people that just, will fucking work for peanuts, just to have a job because the jobs are scarce.
Yep.
That changes things. You know what I mean? They're
drastically.
And it's just going to get worse because automation is going to make it worse. So,
Yep.
You're gonna. It's a lot cheaper to fucking have a robot that you pay to maintain than it is to have a person. So as soon as robots can clean bathrooms and toilets and empty waste baskets with an AI, and right now they already have robots that flip burgers. Seriously, I've seen it. They have robots that flip burgers. They have robots that will prepare your fast food. They aren't doing it yet. They aren't like a cross implementation, but they have where
the technology.
The order comes in, the robot gets it, because it's already computerized. The orders are already computerized. So the order comes in. They know what they got to do. They got the exactly right amounts. It's all fucking measured and just and it's an AI enough to where they're able to identify something, and if it goes off of track a little bit, they can correct it. You know what I mean?
And they won't even need cashiers. They can make them like those old automats.
They can make them kiosks. Yeah, you walk up, push in what you want.
People are gonna start breaking those things on purpose. Millions of dollars to repair.
Well, I remember there was a case in a London neighborhood that's like sort of like bohemian that was like starting to get gentrified, and what evidently really was like the straw that broke the camel's back. What we got there?
I-24.
I-24 suckers. What finally pissed off the residents was there was a business that moved in that was a restaurant called Serial Killers, right? With a C. Get it? Serial Killers. Huh? And basically it was a restaurant where you'd go in and pay like $10 for like a bowl of cereal. And the people in the neighborhood got together and they burned it to the ground. Because they were just like, oh shit, because they know, like that's a sign your neighborhood's getting gentrified and your rent is going to quadruple, like in pay.
42.
Oh, I'll start vandalizing robots if I start seeing them serving me burgers.
Oh man, the death bots are going to be really creepy, man. The ones that they're going to use for warfare, like the old creepy comics, the old Warren comics.
My question is, will they use robots for warfare first, or will they use them? Because I can see them using to a company. They already use them now in warfare accompanying it. But will they use them in warfare first, or will they test them out in police use, policing people in the country first? That's very possible.
All the technology, it all starts with the war. They use the wars to test the stuff out, and then they bring that technology to use on us. That's the case with the microwave cannons.
I hear you on that, but the thing is it actually might make sense to do it the other way around, considering the nature of warfare these days, where they actually will be able to test out the robots and develop them working with the people on a non-combat urban environment. You know what I mean? So that when they go to a full combat urban environment, they won't have to learn twice as much at once. They only have to learn it in phases. It would make more sense that way.
I just want to know when I can order my John Wad bot.
Johnny Wad bot. Oh, dude, the sex robots. Women are already up in arms over that. They're already going, yeah, they're pissed off.
Our answer to feminism.
Well, it's like, ladies.
Oh, we got a bingo.
You've got your toys.
We do? We have a bingo?
Lothar D.
Lothar D has a
bingo.
Lothar
D. Hells to the yeah.
All right, Lothar. Okay, throw your numbers up so we can confirm them.
He's the other one playing. We're really going to make him do that?
I know. I was just about to say the same thing.
We got to have some kind of
You're right. You're right.
Kind of structure.
You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. Oh man!
Don't congratulate him, Darth. You lost.
Seriously, man, he just snatched that shit from you. You're gonna just take that?
We don't need sportsmanship in bingo. Let's go.
Like ruthless bingo.
Wreck 'em.
Like grandmas shivving into each other. They're knitting alls.
Impractical Jokers. They made one of the guys for his punishment go in and interrupt a bingo game. It's like the
I
most
didn't see
terrifying
that.
thing he's ever done on that show.
Oh God, man! I
Yeah,
can imagine
ruthless.
just the tension in that room.
They made him go in there and just start yelling bingo randomly.
Yeah, what if
Oh.
you had Tourette syndrome and one of your like
play
trigger
bingo.
words you kept saying bingo by accident? You're like,
Oh God!
you're all bingo, and they're like,
That would be the
what the
best.
fuck,
Tourette's
man,
you could get
stop
is
it! He
yelling
can't help
bingo.
it. He's got Tourette's. Bingo. You know what I mean?
If I had Tourette's, I would pray that the worst thing I say is bingo.
True. I know people with Tourette's, and they're some of the best people that you'll ever
I
meet in your life.
I used to be in a band with the drummer who had Tourette's, and we would make fun of him all the time. So.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
God. It's like life isn't enough of a pain in the ass. You know, life isn't enough of a pain in the ass. You have to deal with that.
Okay,
Oh my
wait, well,
God!
you know what? He was a spoiled little rich kid. He deserved it.
Fuck him.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, you're not gonna not victimize him because he has Tourette's, right? Because that would be ableist. You'd be discriminating against him because you'd want to like fuck with him, but then you're like, I can't because he has Tourette's.
I feel like you're culturally appropriating the Tourette's guys by using language. So
there you go.
Just
Fuck
you know,
them. Fuck them.
Wait a second. You're gonna cancel us? You're gonna cancel us?
you've been
Mark?
canceled, son.
God
Canceled.
damn it!
Yep, Lothar has the numbers. He's a winner. Okay, Lothar, I believe you already have a copy of the Hero of Cleansing. So I'm taking you want the Vinny poster. You don't have that ordered yet, do you already? I can look if you want me. If you forgot,
I could definitely put up a copy of Six Gun.
This is how Drew shames people into backing his campaign. It's like, I know you probably already backed it. Which one did you get exactly?
Yeah, I mean, if we need shit to give away, like that's the one thing I have got a lot of right now is comic books.
you have a big order. They still you have a lot of leftovers still.
Oh, dude, I'm about only a quarter of a way through fulfillment. Like,
No, but okay, wait, okay.
printed that shit out.
I'm not talking about a fulfillment. I'm talking
Yeah.
about
just
like
doxed like
extra
100 people.
leftovers. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
leftovers. Yeah.
Here's the funny thing.
Always order more. Yeah.
Let's throw down the gauntlet right now. I bet you, Mark. I bet you that I fulfill my entire campaign of Captain Love that's ordered at this moment right now before Brian finishes his quarter.
He will.
Oh,
He
yeah.
will. That's a good bet to take.
What hold on. What are the terms? We need terms.
Yeah, well, it's just
he
like
just surrendered. How can we, you know?
exactly. Well, here's what I'm saying. Okay, if people, I'm doing it the fair way, right? I'm starting at the back. You know what I mean? So it's like first come, first serve. And one thing's for sure: no matter how long it takes me to get my books out, I'm still gonna get it to you before what was Critias's piece of shit? Red Rooster. You'll get it before Red Rooster.
Oh,
Hey, there you
yeah,
go.
because that's never coming. So
No, because I could just go to Walmart.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no, you can't. No, you can't because I don't believe Walmart is carrying it anymore.
Really?
I have not seen a picture of it in Walmart for a while, and I
Did
have
it get canceled?
and I have a lot of Walmarts in my town, and it's in none of those.
Yeah, but you're in
Interesting.
California. They hate.
Well,
these
Well, yeah, well,
they
In
have
Texas, it's
DC.
probably
They have
stock
DC
full.
comic books.
Yeah, but that's he's a Nazi, right? So they can't.
Who? Who's an N to the A to the CCI?
You know, you got to understand California is not quite like that. just so you know. And I live in the Central Valley, and we're a conservative area. So
And like, you know me, I'm a dyed in the wool lefty, but outside of New York City, deep red. Like where I live, they voted for Bush twice.
okay, so Lothar D already has the poster coming. I just searched his orders. So you want another one? Because you already got one coming, buddy. You've ordered you actually already backed the poster. So and chapter 1.
Offer him a cat.
Do you want me to pony up something? Do you want me to pony up?
No, let's see. Lothar, would you rather have Brian offer up something, or do you want another poster?
Did Brian offer him something? Hey, Brian's gonna give away something. Hey, do you want the 6 gun cutout and behind him? Brian, give him the cutout.
I should raffle off. I should raffle off this bad boy.
No, don't you raffle that off. You get real money for that.
I know.
Do it.
Oh man. Yeah, no, I love that thing. It gets a lot of attention at the conventions, and then of course the Great Blue Muppet is working on George Peter Gatsis is working on a little 3D printed version of Captain Love's Hauler and also one of Six Gun.
Yeah, I saw it. It's got like it's like a transformer, and it's also you can swap out the heads, and you can also use it as a refrigerator.
It's next level shit, man. It's next level shit. And yeah, the arms are attached by magnets, like the old Micronauts toys were, and you could pull the arms off and replace like the Six Guns with like the Gatling gun.
The Micronauts were kind of cool because you remember the Micronauts had that like the structure, the plastic structure shit that had the little like four, the little locks, and you would like be able to make these like all kinds of cool space
absolutely
shapes.
Yeah. The only problem was
that
the Japanese.
That's so fucking 70s, by the way.
It is. Yeah, and then like some of the characters, like their arms and legs were connected.
Yeah, and they were like transparent, like you could see them. They're like blue and yellow and red.
Yeah.
And they were like,
you know what I want brought back, and I want a Confiscator to do this. Do you remember Starcom? The little guys with the magnets for the feet.
Yeah.
Those are the coolest toys. You put them on your fridge.
I never had those, but I remember seeing those.
I had a Batman that had magnets on his hands and feet, and it got me in so much trouble because there was so many little drag lines down the bridges of every house I went to. Wow. So like even like my parents would be pissed off because I would like be at like their friend's house and I'd be playing with the Batman on their friend's fridge. And then there'd be like drag lines on the fucking paint job, fucking dragging Batman down. I didn't know better. I was a fucking stupid
of course
kid.
not. No, you were just a kid.
That's all just a boy.
Yeah.
Just a wee lad.
Suddenly, that Batman disappeared one day, and I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh no,
that's heartbreaking.
I saw the pain in his eyes just now too. There was pain.
And it was like one of those magnets that was like, it was like it had the two iron bars that came through and a magnet in between them. So it was like a cheap ass magnet. And it's like the two iron bars is what fucking made the scratches because it just magnetized the metal pieces and instead of actually using a metal, you know what I mean? So it's like here's a Batman toy that will fuck up anything you magnetize it to.
Oh man, I remember how the big Shogun warriors that would launch their fists.
We haven't got a response from Lothar yet. I mean, obviously, I have no problem giving him an extra poster. Oh, no, that I don't. He already has the poster though, so I'm just like giving him an option to change up. But if he doesn't give the poster,
give him pepper.
Oh no, maybe a little bit of pepper fuzz.
Oh. Give him a little bit of
poster. Okay, yes.
He'll
get another poster. He'll have.
Excellent choice, Lothar D.
Nicely done, sir.
Hail the Boner King. Hail the Fulfillment King.
Can you hear Pepper purring?
Ooh.
No, not quite.
I heard it.
She's usually pretty loud.
Yes, she is.
All right, poster it is for Lothar D.
Well done, Mr. Lothar.
Lothar
seriously,
another poster, and that means he has two posters coming. So that
Darth, next time we play, I'm going to expect a little more smack talk from you, though.
Hey, you know what? Though, man?
Congratulations, you're a good guy. None of that.
I'm going to put both those posters in the same container. I hope you don't mind, since they're going to the same place.
Heck yeah. I say it's okay.
Well, I mean that's the opinion that matters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because he's got the Johnny Wad collection.
I'm telling you, like 4 documentaries.
What's it going to take to get you to offer up a Johnny Wad VHS?
Opera of Johnny Wad? Is that what you're trying to say?
So wait, books, comic books or regular books? Novels?
Like regular books, like books about the one about the Wonderland murders, and like there's also been one written by his wife and one written by like his ex-girlfriend.
All right, so you need to write the Johnny Wad horror comic.
I'd love to. I actually have a plot for one.
About him going to prison.
No, him coming back from hell to like hunt an escaped soul or something like that, right? And Satan is like, okay, dude, you got to go back up. You got to get this escaped soul. So it's sort of gritty. It's sort of like The Getaway, Sam Peckinpah.
It seems like it'd be more frightening to share a fucking cell with him. You know what I mean?
Well, evidently, like here's the thing about him. since he had like a 14.5-inch Schwanzstücker, he couldn't get the whole thing hard because so like women said it was like making love to like a loofah sponge.
Yeah. So, when you read like he's like sharing a cell with you. You wake up to. What you doing, man?
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, he's just like he just rolled over in bed. He's
Like, no, man,
swinging down at you into the
sorry,
face.
dude, I was just trying to put my shirt on. Dude, get that thing off my face.
Oh Christ!
So when you read these books, do you read them for arousal reasons?
No, no, because they're fascinating. I find like genuinely fascinating.
Well, no, like a normal.
No, it's I'm like Ashley West, the guy that does the Rialto Report. It's like we're fascinated by that time, by that subculture, but we're not that interested in the movies themselves. It's like there's something fascinating about it because these people were actual outlaws, and they had like an outlaw attitude, and they were even sort of political about it. In other words, they weren't doing it for drug money. They were doing it because they were really kinky, and some of them were foolish enough.
So check this out. So Preston, Exit Only, as you like to call him, Azevedo, is currently a guest on EVS's show right now.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, we just lost Darth Vadas.
You just lost me. Oh hell yeah! Fuck.
Vinny's on there too.
Oh wonderful! Oh wonderful!
Oh, so are they? Is it?
Oh wonderful!
So I think he was on there last night. He was auctioning. Both of them, I think.
I think they're doing an auction right now. I think they're like extended an auction. I think that's what's going on.
Kick ass. Yeah. Because I was supposed to have like a story conference with Preston about Nine Devils, which I'm writing for him, and he couldn't make it because he said he was like on there for like 3 hours. Oh, yeah, and like his blood sugar was getting low. That's a beautiful piece, man.
That's good. He's getting a lift from EVS though. That's
yes. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is what we want.
Everybody should be promoting everybody. I mean,
yeah.
I would like to get more attention to Captain Love and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna be negative to somebody else who's
no.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. But I'm going to.
What if it would get you 100 more copies sold?
Right.
I would like. I actually. It's funny. I had like a good day where like I was over on Michael Bancroft, right? He's actually his channel is going up now that
he's great.
Now he's been getting like that attention. He's doing those EVS, cartoons and stuff like that. He's been getting a lot of attention from Ethan, so his channel's kind of blown up a little bit. So he's been able to do some platforming. And it's like so I got introduced to a few people who weren't familiar with my book, which was cool, and I made some sales, right?
Hell yeah!
But pretty much like because of the I guess because of the pandemic or whatever, I've had refunds too. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost like breaking even. You know what I mean? It actually went up a little bit, but it's kind of weird how it's like and I almost want to write this one dude. If you're watching, you know who you are. I almost want to write this dude and say, hey, look, you know what? I got the message about you trying to challenge the credit card purchase.
Oh,
however, you could have just wrote me and asked for a refund, which you didn't do. And I know that it's going to go badly for you if they research it through Indiegogo because you backed 2 books on the first campaign.
I said I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's kind of a bitch move, but yeah.
No, I'm just saying he should have just If you're having dire straits financially.
Oh, I understand.
Fucking contact me about your refund. Don't just try and go like that because here's the thing, right? They're probably gonna deny his refund because he, you know what I mean, as because he's not trying to say, oh, I bought it accidentally, or he's saying this is a fraudulent purchase. But the problem is that he made purchases that had been fulfilled already from another book by the same author on Indiegogo, and it's not going to go well for.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're going to.
We are all about customer service, right? it's like, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. We have to like, bag and, board the fucking things and ship them out, right? But the wonderful thing is that our customers get direct access to us. So like I ordered some books from Heavy Metal the other day and they came, beautiful books, but a little bit of little damage there, right? And, I'm not going to contact them and ask for like a minty fresh copy, because first of all, like
Because
they'd
they'll
be
wipe
like,
their ass with
no,
it.
they're like, no, right? But somebody,
There you
right? But I'm sure this has happened to you, Drew. Like somebody like maybe like sends you a picture. It's like, yeah, like my book showed up and it was a little, it was a little bent or something like that. Or I have one person, I don't think I'll mind my.
If people call me up and even if the book shows any kind of damage at all, you know what I mean?
Replace that sucker.
I immediately replace it. There's no questions asked.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have people tell me, oh no, don't, just no poise, don't worry about it. And I still make sure they're fucking taken care of.
Yeah. Yep.
Do it right. I don't give a fuck. It's got to be done right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I may not be very profitable at this moment, but my long-term game plan is smart, and eventually, but by doing good
long game
and by delivering
like Johnny Wad,
consistent
that long game
product. Yeah, my game isn't 14 and a half inches.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, we're all about customer satisfaction because first of all, we're not assholes. Second, we appreciate hell. We appreciate our backers because
proud asshole.
It's our backers that are that are letting us like fulfill a dream. Are you doing like the God, what the hell was his name? Dennis O'Leary.
Dennis Leary.
That's O'Leary.
S-S-H-O-L-E.
Yeah.
S-S-H-O. Because I'm an asshole. Asshole.
What you sipping on there?
Just some tea out of my beautiful
look at that
Day of the Dead mug.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Day of the Dead mug. Well, I figure we got a good backer bingo game night going. We got a poster one by Lothar D, who is deserving, very deserving of many gifts and prizes.
We will shower you with presents.
Absolutely.
Every one of them a Captain Love poster.
But by the Fulfillment King, Vinny.
Yes. Vinny's
love me some Vinny.
Which everybody who's probably already seen it, but I mean,
show it off.
All two of the viewers.
Dude, bust that shit out.
Beautiful.
It's actually
lovely.
in a frame.
Yeah. Look at those windows.
That looks great, man. That looks great. That looks great. Dude, isn't it great having your cover art framed and like on your wall?
I've decided I'm going to do that with all my covers.
You have to.
I'm going to start doing that with all the cover art.
That's what I do.
I just don't know. I mean, like when I start having 100 of them, I'm like, where are they going to fucking all fit? You know what I mean?
Well, at a certain point, you could start just like putting them in the closet or rotating them. That's what I do sometimes. I rotate the paintings and pictures in my room.
No, it's too much of a hassle to hang stuff up. So if I hang something up, it's never coming down.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I have shit that's fucking hung up that's like hasn't moved. I mean, it's like you take it off the wall, there's gonna be like a stain where it's
gonna stay there when I move finally because it's too much of a hassle to put it back up. So
because he doesn't even take it down when he paints. He just paints it over. So they're
just paint right over it.
They're painted into the wall.
Oh man!
What was that Giant Size X-Men #1? Screw
it. Oh man,
that's great. Yeah, seriously, it's fun. I honestly I wish I was doing more money. You know what I mean? Because
of course we all do, dude.
Well, it's not about putting money in my pocket as much as I could be doing more.
I know
if I had more money. You know what I mean? It's not even at this point. I mean, it's like if there was more money coming in, I would still be putting it into the books. You know what I mean? So it's like I would have to be making a fucking shitload of excess before I start taking some for myself. So it's like it's just like I actually already you guys know I already have another story that I'm going to start off. You know what I mean? Next, another series that's not Captain Love that's going to start the beginning of next year. And then I don't know what month it's actually going to launch its official stuff, that kind of thing. It really depends on a lot of factors. Basically, the biggest factor it depends on is the profit margin I get on chapter 2 when that releases, because if there's not enough money on that campaign, I'm going to make sure, because that cuts into my surplus working money. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying to I'm trying to not longer dig out of my pocket. I'm trying to use money from the campaigns to move the business forward.
Yeah. That's what it's all about, is the next book. Yeah.
Well, there's always going to be a next book. I have fucking, seriously, I have like 10 different story arcs, different series stories and stuff. I even have a couple of one-offs, you know what I mean?
I have a bunch too. That
all need to be produced. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I had the money, I could hire the illustrators. I could hire,
exactly.
And
yeah.
Get these books out. And so then when I go to a convention, I could have like a fucking library with me of shit.
Yep.
Be like, I'll sell this shit. And then, obviously if there was enough money on top of that, I could actually work in some actual distribution of some of this shit. You know what I mean? And it's my game plan, but it's just that because of the lack of high dollar movement, it's going to be a very slow and long game. So
Yep.
Until something catches fire.
Yeah. Well, you're doing okay so far, so you have to be grateful for what you've gotten.
I'm able to sustain it and keep it moving forward.
That's what I'm saying, brother. That's what I'm saying.
But I would have done it if I had to do that out of pocket. So
I know.
It's nice that I'm getting to a point to where, like, I'm not able to pay myself back yet, but I'm able to use the money from the surplus money from chapter 1 to pay for chapter 2, and then
exactly
use the surplus money from chapter 2 hopefully will pay for chapter 3 and my next project. And then, you know what I mean? And then hopefully by the time I get to chapter 6, I would have actually been able to pay for all the chapters production, and hopefully I paid for the first book production. And then, and then after the graphic novel piece has been put into in demand and sold for, 6 months of that. So like I'll basically be this time next year. You know what I mean? If actually, would it be? Yeah, no, it would be a year from because it wouldn't be a year from now. It'd be 2 years from now. So big picture, because next year I'm going to be doing 4 chapters from 2 to 6. You know what I mean? And then so it'd be the year after that. So it'd be next year. Not next year, but so like not 2021, but 2022, right? Is when the graphic novel will finally come out of that. You know what I mean? And then that 6 months of like this by the summertime of that already being out, hopefully at that point I'll be like moving on green money, so I'll be completely paid off, and then I'll have money to move on to the next book. So I'll be profitable technically at that point, but I'll still be just reinvesting the profit.
Yeah. I mean, there's a video project I want to do too, because I know we got some animators out there. I'm not gonna spill the beans on it, but it's like I don't have the money to pay for that, So I'm thinking like, I don't want to give somebody a back end deal like, hey, let's do this thing and maybe you'll make some money, It's like, you want to make sure that your the people that are working with you are getting paid and that they're getting paid promptly.
I'm still hoping that there'll be an opportunity to do some conventions this year, because if I can get some conventions in, like I have one booked for September, hopefully it goes through. You know what I mean? And that's a big one. That's a big one as far as Northern California goes. It's one of like the top 3 bigger ones in the Northern California area. So I'll be able to do that when it's actually in Merced, which is an hour north of me and an hour south of Sacramento, basically. So it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. But to my understanding, I haven't been to it yet, but everybody was telling me this is a really big one. And then this is one that a lot of store owners go to. This is the one a lot of
cool,
like high level like publishing companies, people that go and try and buy properties, all that kind of stuff happens. So like if I have a lot of shit going on, it's likely that I will be able to introduce Captain Love to a very bigger, broader audience and then that was my plan from spring to summer, is that I was going to spend all spring and all summer pushing Captain Love brand, so that when Chapter 1 came out, there would have been a much bigger fan base ready for it. That didn't happen, but it just means that I'll have Chapter 1 at the tables with me also.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then and then I also have I'll have goodies and stuff like that.
You will sell twice as many books. Let me tell you, when you do a convention, if you have just like 1 or 2 books, that's good. But when people see that you have 3, that you have 4, then they see like, oh, like this is the thing that's not gonna like be over like tomorrow. Like this is gonna be like a book that I can follow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm just working the game, but
Yeah,
but
I mean that sounds like a comic convention that's actually about comics. That's the tough part, is finding comic book conventions that are actually about comics.
Yeah, this one's about comics. A lot of the conventions are about the toys. You know what I mean?
And
But
cosplay.
can I get a Captain Love pop figure is the question.
Oh, those
I
fucking
think-
those pop figures, man. Oh, those
It's
fun.
gonna be a while
Oh.
before something like that happens, unless somebody makes a novelty one.
Mark,
I am working on the Hauler toy. I actually have to figure out how to communicate the final changes I want to George. It's been a little, not George is not the problem. The problem is that the design that exists on the 2D paper, you know what I mean, that my illustrator did, are not like translated easily to like a 3D environment. He took some liberties that you know what I mean, to the designs that you could only do in a 2D drawing. So
There it was again. I heard it.
yeah, that's my fucking phone, dude.
See, I wasn't going crazy, Brian.
It just wasn't a factor in you going crazy.
Mark, I was just angry at you. What was I angry at you for again?
I don't. There's a number of things.
Okay, so the list is too long.
Larger book.
And Drew, you've got like the Captain Love standee and all that, right? Yeah. No, I really wanted to do the East Coast Comic Con this year.
I'm actually going to have a lot more stuff by the time September comes around. I'm going to have a banner, a nice big ass banner. I'm going to have a table drop. You know what I mean, that I can use. I'm going to have a couple of promo signs now that I have the poster and stuff like that. By September, again, I'm going to have already started another campaign. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have an active campaign in September.
Just remember, when you order your table, corner table.
I already got my table ordered for that. It's already paid
Okay.
for.
Is it a corner table?
They didn't offer up corner tables.
Didn't offer corner? Oh man. I would recommend getting them on the phone and seeing if you can finagle that, because that makes a big difference.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling that it's going to go to people that they already have like relationships with over a long period of time.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. You can't hold that against them.
Since they don't offer them up as options, I'm assuming that.
Yeah. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like they're already like thumb marked.
Yeah, I hope we're going to be able to do conventions at the end of the year. I mean, I'm not really hopeful about it, but it'd be great if we could, because conventions are just a lot of fun, and it's great because you actually get to meet your readers.
Yeah, well, I don't have the opportunity to get in front of thousands of viewers at one time. So.
unlike some lucky blokes that we know right now.
Fucking dicks.
But good for that.
No,
we love
that's just that's the thing. I'm not an illustrator. You know what I mean? I am a writer. I'm the marketer. I am the creator of the environment. That's great. But you know what? We are not the rock stars in Comicsgate.
I agree.
Rock stars are the illustrators.
I agree, and that is as it should be.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I do a lot more work than my illustrator ever did. So.
Well, yeah, but that's your illustrator. Oh, and we'll talk after we go off the air about the future, your future plans.
Yeah.
Anyway, so everybody, thank you for coming. We were an hour and 43 minutes of mostly bullshitting.
Yeah.
And you learned a lot about the porn industry.
Yeah, you did.
That's what you guys come here for, not the porn industry lesson, but the bullshitting. Thank you for coming, and we will talk to you next time. Thank you. And so 2 weeks. We're doing this every other week. So we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace, love, and soul.
Ooh.